Yeah, you were saying, Jules, go on.
Well, the one thing I like about Pat Barrett, and you don't see this with a lot of coaches, is Pat, for example, sometimes seeing him on YouTube and he'll step in when guys are sparring or step in when guys are doing certain pieces of work and he'll demonstrate it. You know, not a lot of coaches will demonstrate certain moves. So he'll demonstrate the moves and then he'll explain why you do something. Now, I've always believed, and I've not spent enough time or any time with Pat Barrett in his person, but I've always believed the difference between a coach and a teacher. I think a coach will tell you what to do and he'll explain how you do it. That's a coach. I believe a teacher will tell you what to do, he'll explain how you do it, but then he'll tell you why you do it, when to do it, what happens if you don't do it. And I think those are the things that the little bits I've seen with Pat Barrett is he's showing you those things. He's saying, right, not just this is how you throw a left jab, right? And this is, you know, why you throw a left jab. This is how you do it. He'll show you how to throw it, but he'll also say what happens if you don't throw it, the different ways to throw it, when to throw it. You know, you don't throw a jab in the pocket, do you? And I think it's the teaching side of things, and that's what I always try to do. So we've all had, you know, I've had various line managers and various creative directors in my career, and I always remember that the best creative director I ever had, who was more of a mentor, would always explain, right, this is what I want you to do, and this is why I want you to do it, and do it like this. But if you don't do it, it's always like, if you don't do it. And it's just teaching. It's teaching someone the philosophy of what you do and why you do it, but how you, and it's breaking it down. And Pat Barrett does that, and he'll demonstrate it as well. And then he's also a taskmaster. So there's a video of him, I think on British Boxing TV, I'm not sure, where he's breaking something down, and he keeps saying, no, do it again. No, do it again. And he's making sure you get it right and you get it perfect until you move on to the next move. Whereas we don't see that now. We just have what I call Instagram pad men and flash pad men, who are all about them looking better than the fighter or as good as the fighter. And I don't see that with Pat Barrett. I just see someone who's teaching the noble art, is also puts himself out there, and I think he's a good coach. And I don't know enough about him, but what I know is I pick up on things, and I'd prefer to have a...
Him speaking in corner, you mean, when you say pick up on
I pick
things?
up on all those kind of things. There's some fighters some coaches who are good coaches and good teachers, but they might not be great motivators. Whereas Angelo Dundee wasn't really a teacher or a coach, but he was a great motivator, and he was a great strategist. So he was great. Angelo Dundee was great in the corner, but rarely did the dirty work in the gym with the fighters. And it's like, so I listen to certain people in the corner. For example, like Shane McGuigan, I think he was a good coach, but I think Shane McGuigan gives way too many instructions in the corner. Whereas other fighters or other coaches are really, really good in the corner, and some are awful. And I listen to everything that's said in the corner, every single time.
McCracken just used to say to Froch, they could sit him in corner and he'd say, freeze and fours, Carl, freeze and fours, and that'd be it, all he'd say.
Who was the guys who every time...
His timing's out, flex single.
Anthony Joshua, lovely.
Oh, Joby, Angel Hernandez.
Lovely. Oh, God, it's like...
And Joby Clayton, is it?
Yeah,
telling him his love, oh, you're winning fight, you're winning it, pop, pop, bang.
They just like move his head, they'd be like, lovely. I'm like, I don't think throwing a punch. So you don't want cheerleaders in the corner, you want people who... I always try to simplify it, right? Sometimes you get excited, it happens, you get caught up in it, right? Dead simple principles I always learned from coaching amateurs, novice amateurs, right? Well, anybody who's watching this, right, they'll relate to this. It's a bit corny, but right, your fighter comes back. First 5-10 seconds, that fighter sits down. He sits down. He's in a different space. He's just been in the heat of battle, and he's sat on his stool. Don't start talking to him as soon as that sits on his stool. Give him 5-10 seconds, right? Deep breath. Right, look at me. Tell him one thing he's doing that's working and one thing he's doing that's not working. That's basic principles of corner work, right? Keep throwing your jab. Every time you throw your jab, you're buying time. He's on the end of it, he's not reacting. Stop throwing your right hand. You've thrown your right hand 3 times in that round, and every time you throw it, you're too close and he's counting you with a left hook. just one thing that's working, one thing that's not working. Don't glug water down him straight. You know, little things like that. Give him a breather. Talk to him properly. Stand away from him. I always used to just stand a little bit away from him. Yeah. Don't get in his face like that after every round. Of course,
What, like Teddy Atlas?
there's always a contradiction to that. You know, sometimes I've screamed at fighters, but generally just let them just take it in. Let them have a deep breath, and you can get within 30-40 seconds. You can get a real good instruction out there. But when you see some corners and you've got 3-4 people talking in someone's ear and people in your face and that. Imagine you're a fighter. I just want some real simple, digestible advice. So it sounds like I'm preaching about being in the corner, but there are certain do's and don'ts, and I watch certain things and I'm like, God, cringing at cornermen, and I'm thinking, some people are good trainers, some people are teachers, some people are conditioners, and some people are like Angelo Dundee. As I've said, he didn't do the work with Ray Leonard. He was majestic in the corner, wasn't he? Because he was motivator and he was a strategist.
Yeah.
But he didn't do the groundwork, but he didn't need to. And you know, Lou Duver was boxing through and through, but he was so animate and so crazy and so in the corner. He was like way too much for people. I tell you, he was brilliant in the corner. I'll go on a slightly different tangent and talk about Pat Barrett coaching. It's my thing. Eddie Futch was great in the corner. Eddie Futch was brilliant. It was just like small pieces of advice, really, really calm, really, really measured. Give your fighter time to
Bit like Jimmy Tibbs, he never said much.
Jimmy Tibbs is good in the corner. He's just experienced. Keep it simple, you know. And like I say, Shane McGuigan, it becomes massively technical. The guy's trying to get his breath back. Okay, he's sat down from the heat of battle. Talk to him in very, very simple terms, because you know what? And also the cringeworthy one was the AJ against Ruiz. You know, the first fight. Sorry. What do I do? What do I do? Do this, do that. You're coaching a guy in the corner. The homework should have been done in camp. Don't start explaining something new to a guy in a corner when it's not going his way. You better have done it in camp.
Yeah, but they didn't have a big camp for Ruiz, did they?
Well, the idea there is that you've made your fighter rounded over the years. Like
yeah, he should have been rounded Olympic gold.
That's what I said about Usyk. You don't fight Usyk and suddenly figure out I've got a southpaw in front of me. You spar southpaws all your career. You spar different. You work on eventualities and that's what I'm talking about. Being a teacher, you work on eventualities in the gym. So when it comes to fighting someone who's got a different style or a different approach, you've already experienced this to some extent before. Very, very few teachers in boxing, mate, which is what goes right back to the first or second video we've done today, which is why I believe you've got to broaden your horizons. And I think that's where Terry Chappendama's, like, I listened to one of his boxing podcasts about American coaches.
Pack in your bag and just going over there on your own with nobody there and find out about yourself.
And that's what Terry was saying. Terry wasn't talking about saying British coaches are no good and American coaches are the best, because he wasn't saying that. He was talking about that one of the key things with American coaches, American gyms, is to share ideas and to share information. Whereas in Britain, what do you get? They all hate each other, don't they? I've been around it. Don't go over and spar with them. Don't spar with them.
Don't speak to him.
Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them in the dressing room. He's a dickhead, him. All you get in Britain, all you get all the time is like, and no one works together. And there's no sharing of information, sharing of ideas in British gyms, and you do get that in American gyms. I've seen it firsthand when I went to Gleason's. Been to Gleason's twice, spent a full day there. I've seen it firsthand, spoke to Hector Rocker, Joey Gamashi, guys like that, Bruce Silverglade. They all sit down and share information in American gyms.
Yeah. Okie dokie, well listen, thanks for having me here today, Julian.
My pleasure.
It's been great.
Too many coffees.
Too many coffees. Is that all you drink round here in your West Yorkshire lot?
Tea is a rule.
Tea and coffee.
Yeah, you know, like us ferry-toning tea drinkers, mate, that's what we do.
Alright. That's about it really. Hope you've all enjoyed the videos I've done today. I'm going to get these out tomorrow. So I've got something on now. I've got to nip back to Rotherham. Well listen, thank you for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. I really enjoyed it. Big shout out to Spartan Demolition. Don't forget to leave that comment though. Alright, below. Press that notification button. You know why? Because you get your Porky fix straight to your phone. Pop, pop, bang. Alright? We're going to film helmets tomorrow for August. Alright? It's been a long time coming. We were going to do it middle of month, but we thought we'd wait till end of month. It's a good one this month though. So keep your votes coming in. porkycorner@mail.com. Get your votes in for tomorrow tea time. That's Monday the 2nd, 4th at 5 PM. Get your votes in for Monday, 5 PM. porkycorner@mail.com. Alright, everybody have a great Sunday. What's left of it, although you probably not get this while Monday. Peace out.